move on to the enrollment update.
So looking at the enrollment update, this month, we did lose 8 students. 2 of the students were hurricane evacuees from Puerto Rico. Those 2 students have gone back, I'm pleased to say, to reunite with their families, so they have moved back. We did have 6 grade 1 students withdraw. Usually during December and January we see a lot of lease turnovers, and so there is some fluctuation in those months typically, so we'll keep an eye on it, but other than that all of the numbers have remained steady. And so we currently have 1,005 students enrolled in our schools, 424 at Mary R. Fisher, 335 at the middle school, and 246 at the high school. Okay.
We're all mixed up here. Yes, please.
This evening, we were supposed to have a presentation by Heather Burns, our technology director, but she's had a family emergency, so we are going to table that, and we'll have that presentation next month. But for everyone to know, the parent portal is going to allow families, parents, and students to look at their grades and assignments in lifetime. They'll download an app on their phone from the from the App Store, and I know we've been actually field testing Danielle's son to make sure that that's working, and it's quite amazing.
Helicopter parent, I have to admit.
And luckily she's allowing us to field test that, but you know, the parents can download the app and then they can access, you know, their child's attendance, their child's grades, their child's assignments. I know Ian and Heather are working with the faculty on making sure that they are up to speed to make sure now that their grade books are going to go live. So the faculty is having some in-service. We're going to start that at the end of January, the start of the second semester. And next month, Heather will be here to show you what it looks like from the parent side. So we're very excited about all of the work that the tech department did to make this happen using our current student information system. So we say thank you, and there's more to come next month.
Well, I was asked to do this by Mrs. Baker, who couldn't be here tonight during Citizens Comment. We want to honor our Teacher of the Quarter.
Okay.
So Jordan's going to share that, and then we'll call up Mrs. Tupai. Go ahead.
Okay. So at this time, the promotion committee would like to announce the first TMHS staff recognition for the 2017 and 2018 school year. Each quarter, the student body has the opportunity to nominate any staff member who they believe is a shining star in the TMHS community. So today, we are honoring Mrs. Tupai with the first quarter staff recognition. She was nominated by sophomore Steph Daly. In her nomination, Steph states, "Mrs. Tupai always welcomes me nicely and always makes sure I am having a good day. She offers to help whenever and is really caring. Mrs. Tupai is always there for her students inside and outside of school. She is always willing to work with her students if they do not understand something and is very patient. She's one of the most caring people you will ever meet, easily approachable, and has a contagious personality. So, Mrs. Tupai, on the behalf of the student body, we would like to thank you for being the amazing teacher and person you are. Congratulations to this quarter's recognition."
I just want to add that when I was fortunate enough to get this award last year during the second quarter, I really didn't know how much it meant, but now that I know that Trish has earned this award, I realize how exciting it actually is, because I know how the kids feel about Trish, so that I'm actually even more honored knowing that Trish has received it too. So
Thank you.
Congratulations to Mrs. Tupai.
Thank you.
Fine. Student Spotlight.
So, each month, Turtle Out Memorial High School Student Spotlight program recognizes a student who has demonstrated outstanding achievement, character, leadership, attitude, and/or contributions to the school and community. November Student Spotlight honoree is senior Julia Neese. In Julia's nomination, the anonymous nominator states, "Julia has been the class president for 2 years. She is always looking to help others. In the past, she has organized fundraisers for her class, such as a car wash and movie night. Julia is a very hard worker and strives to succeed at whatever she is doing. Regarding her hard work, Julia states, "Almost is not enough. Do everything with a passion." Julia actively participates in many organizations inside and outside of school. She is a part of yearbook staff, student council, the student leadership team, prom committee, and soccer. She holds 2 officer positions as the Secretary of Future Business Leaders of America and as president of her class. Outside of TMHS, Julia has worked at the Aquatic Adventure Camp during the summer to try and make kids' summer one to remember. Julia has won several awards throughout her 4 years at TMHS. Some of her most prestigious awards include Integrity Plus, Excellence in Spanish 2, and the George Eastman Young Leaders Scholarship Award. Regarding her plans for the future, Julia states, "I plan to go to college for criminal justice. I want to help the future community in any way possible and follow in my dad's footsteps." Her personal message to the school and community is, "Don't settle for less. You are what you make of yourself. Aspire to be the best you can, and then you can do anything."
And if I could just add for one moment, I know that Mr. Angelo isn't here as president of the Alumni Association. Julia will soon be an alumnus, and she's an incredible fundraiser, as evidenced by the lack of funds in my wallet. So I would like to just make sure that you guys get in touch with her as soon as she does graduate for the benefit of fundraising for the Alumni Association or any other fundraising that needs to be done. She's who you'd call.
Yes.
Thank you.
In here? Can you do alumni update?
I can. There's actually a meeting tomorrow night. Can you guys hear me?
If you hang up the phone, it's louder. Yeah.
There's a meeting tomorrow night where we will be talking about fundraising with having and hosting a possible game for the PCS Putnam Mustangs, which are a nationally ranked basketball team. In addition to that, we are considering sending out a flyer in January, which will highlight all of the good things that the Alumni Association has been doing, along with how we raise our money, which also funds college scholarships, and what we've done for the career day, as well as all the other events that we host. So that's going to be all put together for January. There should be a newsletter which will go out, which highlights all this being solicited and sent to all the alumni.
Every other December, per our board policy BCA, which follows state regulation section 10218, we have a board organization, election of officers. We elect a chairperson and a secretary, and in our case, we also elect a vice chairperson, which is what I'm acting as tonight. And we have 30 days after the newly elected board members take their term, or elected officers take office. So that's why we do it at our first meeting in December. Per our policy and per state regulation.
So we need a motion to open nominations.
We need a motion to open the nomination.
So move.
And I am going to...
Then you need a motion.
Second. Who seconds that? Second. Oh, Val seconded
Now you
it.
need nominations, and we need to close nominations.
All right. We haven't nominated anybody yet.
No, that's what you're going to call for.
So I can't close nominations.
No, you have to
Somebody's
call-
nominated.
you have to call
All
for
right,
nominations.
because we have some, where's my... important initiatives underway, and because of the newness of superintendents, I feel it's important to keep continuity in the top officer spot. So I am going to put Bill Wachowski's name into nomination for chairman.
Second.
Do you need any further nominations?
Any further nominations?
I would move that we keep the current slate intact, all 3 positions.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Good for you.
Time difference over.
Kind of missed that one, but okay. All right.
Close nominations.
And do I have a motion to close the nomination?
So moved.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to call for a vote. We can call, do we want to vote by ballot, a written vote, or do we just want to go by a verbal vote?
I'd be fine with verbal.
Verbal, okay.
To be clear, we're voting on all 3.
Yeah.
For the second nomination, yes. If you want to start with that, you can move to do that as a
Right.
chair. You can,
Right.
Okay, do you want to just say for the slate, you want to vote for the slate?
you
Sure.
can do that first.
Okay. So do I have a motion to vote for the slate, or just by office?
You do it by a head count vote if you want.
You mean
Roll
around?
call vote.
A roll call vote? Okay, Jody?
Yes.
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 Yes?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you got Tom. Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
Val?
Yes.
Okay, the vote is unanimous. Bill will be chairman, I will be vice chairman, and Donna will be secretary for another 2 years. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'd like to introduce Lo-I and Kerry Murray, who's going to introduce the program and speak a little bit about his
everybody.
visit here.
My name is Kerry Murray. I am a local coordinator with CIEE. That stands for Council on International Educational Exchange. I want to thank everybody for opening your doors for Lo-I. I'm going to just say, I know there's not much time, so I'm going to say a little bit about my side of the coin, and then we're going to hear how this worked for Lo-I on his side. Our Department of State funds grant students to come from different parts of the world that we're having, or we want to build our diplomatic relations with. There are 3 programs. Can you just hand those out? Thank you. And Lo-I represents the YES program from the Muslim countries. And the point, in a gist, in a nutshell, for this, actually I'm going to talk to everybody, for this to happen is for us, for Lo-I, for example, obviously he's here, let's use him as an example, to come over to the United States and hopefully have a positive experience, which does happen. And so when he goes back home, if he's sitting with his family or friends and there's some kind of words about America, or this and that, he has actually experienced living in a real family, understanding the culture. So it is a true ripple effect, because the students who come over here, the top 3% make it, and so they are vocal, as we know Lo-I is already, so they will stand up in their own country representing. Now being part of the United States, they will also feel like that's a piece of them. And also, part of that coin, let's say, is for ourselves to be involved with a student from different parts of the world that, you know, we would be like, oh, we see the news, we see this, and that's what we think. But really, you know, you met a student who is Muslim or who is, you name it, I'm not going to start naming everything, but then you know, hey, I'm going to probably shut that TV off a little bit, because I actually met a student from that country, and they were wonderful. Not that that one person, as we know, represents everything, but it gives you a good feel. So we actually fund the students as the United States to come on over here, and not you yet, but I guess maybe that is my ending. Actually, I will just say that I grew up in Barville, and I live in Pomfret right now for the last 10 years, so I would hit Thompson Speedway in my backyard all the time. And I've been doing this for about 5 years, going on 6, and so far, I had it written down, but I can't find the paper. Just in the quiet corner, we had representatives from Indonesia, Qatar, Tunisia, Nigeria, what's the other one? I can't think of them all right now, but a good amount that has come to Killingly and Woodstock in this area. So Here is Loa, and he's going to tell you how it felt for him and how he even got here. Thanks.
Hello everyone, my name is Luay Fuad Abu Sba. I am from Palestine, West Bank, and the city is Hebron, which is like 1 hour away from Jerusalem. I am a part of the YES program, which is Youth Kennedy Lugar Youth Exchange and Study Program, which this program is like that takes students from different parts of the world and bring them to the USA to exchange the ideas, to exchange the culture, to know like about the US culture, and let the Americans also know about their culture. For the YES program, I first knew about it. At first I did not think that there's such a program that gave the opportunity for young kids to come. I usually think like it's just for the people who are going to college, that just this kind of grants. So when I saw like a program that gave opportunity to young kids to go to the US and exchange their culture, this like caught my interest in, and I said, all right, I'm gonna try to do it. And I saw the application, I applied for it. I applied first last year, but I did not get accepted last year. So I said I'm gonna do it again this year. And this year when I did it again, I got accepted. And this is the first level, is just your application should be accepted with this, the first level. Then you go to the second level, which is you start doing like English tests. We did four English tests, this as a second level. So at that time I was working my English skills. I tried to improve it in just a short time. And we did 4 tests in different cities, like 2 hours away from my home. We went there, did the test, which is like English skills, writing essays, reading. Then after this, the third level is 2 interviews. So you go with a group, and with some teachers from the U.S. consulate in Palestine, and they ask you some questions about yourself, and they say if you are, to see if you are good enough to go. And there are thousands of students who apply to this program and end up just 23 students from the whole Palestine just come to this program, and I was lucky to get accepted. I worked very hard to get accepted. Then after this, we start preparing. Like one day I woke up and saw my phone, a lot of calls, and I answered them. They told me, congratulations, you are going to the US, you got accepted. That was one of the best moments in my life. Then we went and we did a lot of vaccination, a lot of physical meetings with doctors to make sure that everything is okay. And in August, they told us that August is the date where we are going to travel to the US. It took us about 3 days to get to Washington DC. Then from Washington DC, we all, the students, each student went to different states. I ended up here in Connecticut and Thompson. And I find it's really good, really great opportunity to come here and try to leave a positive attitude for everyone about myself, about my country, and about my culture. So this is a great opportunity for me to exchange. And thank you so much.
Nicely done, Roy.
Then we have a retirement from Miss Beverly Houle.
I would move to accept with regret and well wishes.
Okay.
Second. Oh, God.
Okay, she's our payroll secretary. And, okay, then all in favor of accepting with regret and well wishes the retirement of Ms. Beverly Houle? Say aye.
Aye.
No? Yeah, not. No, you can't retire. You must work until you're 70 and collect your full Social Security.
What do we say? No? Yeah, it's a formality.
Okay, and then we have a resignation by Brian Jennings, who is a elementary phys ed teacher.
It came in later than the packet.
In the revised, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so do I have a motion
Yeah,
to?
I'll make a motion. motion.
I'll second it. Second, okay. All in favor of accepting the resignation?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I don't know anything about this, so.
He's resigning to move on to a different career path, and we have already had a screening team with some wonderful candidates. I had the good pleasure of interviewing the finalists this past week, and we'll be making a determination tomorrow as to who we appoint to that position. That teacher will start after the first of the year.
Okay, great. So, all right. Oh, of course. Okay. Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, then we are adjourned at